Welcome to the Account Association page. You should modify this page under one of three conditions. 1. Your entity is new or using this tool for the first time. 2. You have added new accounts to your accounting system. Or 3. You have changed the spelling of existing accounts in your accounting system. The Account Association table is created so that we can match the accounts in your system with supplemental information required for transparency reporting. Instead of requiring you to include that supplemental information for every row in the report, we can save you time by reusing that common information stored here. The information is combined later when you convert your data entry to a pipe delimited text file. Every account must have the following details. First, a transaction type. Is your account a revenue, expense, or payroll account? A fund 1 through 4 column. These columns represent an account's fund hierarchy. A fund is a series of self-balancing accounts and should ideally match the funds shown in your financial statements. For example, if we consider our road construction expense account, which is a capital fund, we put capital projects for Fund 1 and road for Fund 2. The next thing we need to include is the organization 1 through 4 columns, or org 1 through 4 for short. These columns represent the account's organizational hierarchy. For example, using the road construction again, we can put org 1 as the city, the highest level for our test city, and then we can put transportation department for org 2. Next, we have the category 1 through 4 columns, or cat 1 and 4 for short. These columns represent the category hierarchy, and they provide extra details about the transaction. For instance, let's take a look at our property tax account on line 1. You can see that first, this is a revenue account, so our cat 1 is revenue. Then it's a tax, so cat 2 is tax. And then for the specific kind of tax, we supplement category 3 with property tax. The final column of interest is the UCA, or Uniform Chart of Account Code. This represents a valid code from the Office of the State Auditor's Uniform Chart of Accounts. It standardizes transactions, allowing researchers to quickly find information without having to know an account name spelling. It's comprised of 3 component codes: a 3-digit fund code, a 6-digit function code, and an 8-digit account code. Please note, if you're a school district or charter school, you'll instead follow the Utah State Board of Education's Chart of Accounts instead of the Office of the State Auditors. Let's now go over how to add an account. And let's first pretend that my city has an expense account for the lump sum salaries and wages paid to full-time employees in the city. In this scenario, my account is going to be called Salaries in my accounting system. So to add it, I'll first click Add a Row. Then we'll notice that there's a template row at the bottom of the table with orange highlights to highlight the things that have to be filled in, or the required columns. So first, under the account name, I'm going to enter Salaries. Then under the type, I'm going to select EX for expense. Then under Fund, I'm going to enter General, since this is just going to be coming out of the General Fund in this example. For org 1, I'm going to just do City, since this is the lump sum for the entire city's salaries. And then under Category, I'm going to enter first Expense for Category 1, because this is an expense. And then for Category 2, I'm going to highlight that it is for personnel services in my accounting system. And then finally for Cat 3, I'll enter Salaries. Now, to end this off, let's fill in the UCA column. First, let's use the Uniform Chart of Accounts handbook together so that we can figure out how to build this on the fly. To find the Uniform Chart of Accounts handbook, first visit our website. Our website is auditor.utah.gov, and in the upper right-hand corner, visit the local government's resource center. Then we'll click Forms, Manuals, and Guides, and then we'll scroll down to the Uniform Chart of Accounts section. I'm going to open up the PDF version. Then you can scroll down and see the table of contents for fund codes, function codes, and account codes, and get further descriptions if you need them. You can see there's some examples. And let's start by figuring out what fund code we should use. A fund code is that 3-digit code. So looking here, I look for general fund, and I can see that general fund is reserved with 100. So I'll go back here and enter a 100 and a dash. Now I need to figure out my function code, the 6-digit code. So I'll scroll down to the function codes. In this example, this is a very simple example, so all this is happening under general government. It's just my lump sum salaries paid. So I'm going to use this 100,000 code, or 1 with 5 zeros. And a dash. And now I need to add my account code. So I'm going to scroll down to my accounts. These are the 8-digit codes, and I'm going to scroll to 4,000, or not 4,000, but the ones that start with a 4, and look for salaries and wages. And lo and behold, there it is right there. So I'm going to use this code for my 8-digit function code. I'm now going to save my table. Make sure to press this Save Table button every time you make a modification, because our system does not auto-save your changes here, and any work could get lost. If you need any more details on any one of these column names, please open up our page's FAQ section. You do this by clicking Help, and then under the FAQ you can click Column Descriptions, and then the column you're interested in. For example, here's the UCA one. You can find more information, how to find it, what are its requirements, and so on. You can always email or call us as well. Thank you.